So it has been 4 years since the LEGO Star Wars helmet collection got released. We've gotten 4 waves, 11 helmets in total, which equals $730 if you bought them for retail price. And that's a total of 7,543 pieces. That's 2 more pieces than the UCS Millennium Falcon. So welcome everybody. Today we are taking a look at the entire LEGO Star Wars helmet collection. All 11 helmets, ranking what's the best, which ones were my favorite. I believe we are coming to the end of this collection. The LEGO Star Wars Diorama series got started last year, and I'm sure we're going to be getting a few more in just a few months. And I really think that's going to take over this helmet collection. We're getting towards the end where LEGO is probably not going to make that many more helmets, if at all, because they've kind of made all of the most recognizable ones. Of course, I would still like a General Grievous helmet, but regardless, I think it's coming to an end. It's been 4 years now, and I just want to take a look back and see what we've come from, and it's actually quite a bit of a journey. So make sure you guys stick around because I am going to be doing a giveaway for Captain Rex and Commander Cody, so you're not going to want to miss that, so make sure you watch the whole video. And without further ado, let's get this started. So right now the helmets are set up in the way of which they were released. So that starts with Boba Fett, the TIE Fighter pilot helmet, as well as the Stormtrooper. These were the 3 that started the entire LEGO Star Wars helmet collection in 2020. After that, we had Darth Vader and the Scout Trooper helmet in 2021. Then preceding that is the Red 5 X-Wing, or Luke Skywalker helmet, the Dark Trooper, as well as the Mandalorian in 2022. And then most recently, we got the Captain Rex helmet, Commander Cody, and the Princess Leia Boushh helmet, all of which came out in 2023. So that is 4 years of LEGO Star Wars helmets. It's been quite a while, and as you look down here, it is pretty crazy to see how, well, first off, they're pretty consistent. They all have a consistent style, so props to LEGO for really staying true to that. But you can also see like elements of the design changing. You can see how they have improved over the years with more and more complex techniques, especially with the clone helmets. Looking back at the Stormtrooper helmet, you can see how they've really improved those curvatures. They've used newer pieces on the newer helmets to achieve better design, and you can really see that over the years. It's kind of crazy to think that it's been 4 years, but it really does show when you lay them all out on the table. So next up, I want to rank all the LEGO Star Wars helmets. I have all of them, and I can tell you that some are better than the others, so we're going to go ahead and rank worst to best. But first, let me tell you about this giveaway. So that's right, we're going to be doing a giveaway of the 2 brand new Clone Trooper helmets that literally just got released today as I'm making this video, Commander Cody as well as Captain Rex. So both of these are going to be given away on my next Whatnot stream. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with Whatnot, maybe you've heard of it, maybe you're a little apprehensive of trying something new. Well, guess what? I have been using the platform for months now, where I live stream live auctions where I'm selling my own LEGO Star Wars sets and minifigures. So during my streams, I'm not just selling items, but also giving away sets as well. And you have to be present during the stream. So on this Friday, March 3rd at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you guys can join the Whatnot stream, potentially win 1 or 2 of these sets, and of course take a look at what I am selling from my own personal collection. So down in the description, you'll find 2 different links. The first one is to join up on Whatnot. If it's your first time, you'll get a free $10 credit that you can spend during my live stream. And of course, you can bookmark the stream with the other link. It is again, March 3rd at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Friday. Thanks to Whatnot for sponsoring this video. I can't wait to be giving away these brand new LEGO Star Wars helmets. And now let's get on to this helmet ranking. So we're gonna start off with the worst LEGO Star Wars helmet and make our way to the best. Now, all of the LEGO Star Wars helmets are solid sets. None of them are truly bad per se, except for one, and I'll explain why in a minute. But most of them are really good, and I really recommend all of them. However, there are ones that I favor over the others. Now, of course, my list is going to be different from yours, so down in the comments below, write what your worst to best LEGO Star Wars helmet collection sets are. Like, which ones you think are the best, which ones are the worst? Let me know down in the comments below. So, the first helmet that I think is the worst, sorry guys, it's the Dark Trooper helmet. This is a terrible set. It looks okay, it's good, but every time I try to pick this thing up, it just starts breaking on me. It's the only one in the LEGO Star Wars helmet collection sets that breaks on me like frequently. Like it's so fragile. And then on top of that, it's extremely easy just to rip the helmet off. The stand isn't integrated with Technic directly into the head like almost all the other helmets are. And that is the biggest problem, is just stability issues. You know, it looks fairly accurate. I'm sure there's at least some of you out there that really love this helmet, but for me, it is the worst. It just breaks too much. And I'm not a, oh, see, look at this. Another, it's just so fragile. You know, and I realize a lot of people don't pick these helmets up. You know, you sit it on the table or the shelf and you forget about it. But when I'm moving, when I want to rearrange things, it does upset me that it's just this fragile. And when you compare it to all the other LEGO Star Wars helmets, it is just too fragile. So next, I really do like the Stormtrooper helmet, but I do realize now that the design probably could have been a little bit better. It does still remind me of the Family Guy Star Wars looking Stormtrooper helmets, and I still like the design. It still looks like a Stormtrooper, but now that we've had multiple waves of LEGO Star Wars helmets, I wish, you know, maybe we had gotten the Stormtrooper later on with newer pieces involved and had a little bit more of a sleeker design. It does have a certain like LEGO look to it, and you see this kind of, you know, studded way of designing the helmets throughout the entire collection, and it really started with the Stormtrooper as well as the TIE Fighter helmet. All right, so I'm sure this might be a little controversial. I really do like the LEGO Star Wars Luke Skywalker helmet, but it's just a weird helmet. Like, I would personally want some other Clone Trooper helmets or a General Grievous or just some other prequel stuff other than Luke's, you know, Red 5 X-Wing helmet. It looks strange because there is no head here, but, you know, it works. It's really well designed. There's some great printed elements in this set. It really is a good set. It's just, to me, I'm not really feeling it that much. It's just kind of like my least favorite. I kind of hide it off in the corner. I don't really display it that much. And so it kind of gets put towards, again, the worst side of sets. It really isn't bad. You know, I'm sure there's plenty of fans out there that love it. And, you know, to those of you, I say awesome. It's just personally not my favorite. All right, so after that, we have one of the newest helmets, Princess Leia Boushh helmet. I think this is a super well-designed helmet, and you know, I said in my review, the details, the techniques are fantastic. It isn't super recognizable. I showed this to my girlfriend. She's like, "Who is this?" I was like, "Oh, it's Princess Leia from that one scene in Return of the Jedi. Don't you remember?" She's like, "No." And you know, that's kind of how I feel about this set. It's kind of forgettable. It's really well designed. It looks just like the real Bounty Hunter helmet, but it just isn't that recognizable. It isn't super Star Wars iconic, unless, of course, you're a diehard fan. But again, we are talking about the LEGO Star Wars helmet collection, which is really meant for diehard LEGO Star Wars fans. So, I don't know, to each his own. But it's a good helmet, but it just really isn't that recognizable. The next helmet I have is the Scout Trooper helmet. Honestly, this is really well designed in my opinion. It would have been cool to have the flip up visor, but I guess, you know, I don't know what it would flip up to. Nothing. Maybe it's just a pink brain, because a lot of these, I think it's actually the brick headset that have pink brains, but sometimes I think LEGO has snuck them into the helmet collection sets, a little pink brick acting as a brain. I always think that's funny. But the Scout Trooper helmet, it's solid, looks really good. It was actually the cheapest out of all the LEGO Star Wars helmets at $50 for its original price. I think a lot of people probably sat on this one and didn't pick it up. It's been retired now. I think in the long term, it'll be a favorable helmet. So my next choice that sits basically in the middle now is Boba Fett. I just really like the color scheme of the Boba Fett helmet. This is, again, one of the original LEGO Star Wars helmets that launched in 2020. And we definitely saw with the Mandalorian helmet how LEGO has improved techniques. And this one definitely looks a little bit dated, but I still really like it. You know, again, like I said, these OG helmets like the Stormtrooper over here kind of define the way the LEGO Star Wars helmet collection looks. You know, I just like it. It still holds up fairly well. You know, I'm sure if they redesigned it, it would look a lot more like the Mandalorian helmet, but I really like the Boba Fett helmet. That's why it goes in the middle. All right, next is the TIE Fighter pilot helmet. It actually uses almost the same exact design as the Stormtrooper, but just adds tubes and some pretty awesome printed Imperial logo dishes here at the top side. This is actually the most expensive LEGO Star Wars helmet right now. It has been retired. It was a Target exclusive, so you could only find it in certain stores. It was actually a limited run. It was only on store shelves for, I want to say, less than a year. And so because of all those factors, because it was in a Target exclusive, which, by the way, Boushh is also a Target exclusive as this helmet is getting released now in 2023. But yeah, this is the most rare, most expensive. On average, it's going for new in box, I think for $150, and I'm sure it'll hit 200 within the next year or two. So if you want the TIE Fighter helmet, you might want to pick it up now before it goes higher in price. It definitely is one of the better looking LEGO Star Wars helmets. I think it looks just really cool, especially among all of them. All right, so next is the Mandalorian helmet. I think this was super well designed. The way that they integrated light gray as well as the metallic tiles in this looks so good. And again, you can really see quite a difference here between Boba Fett and Mando in terms of their two designs. Again, Mando came out 2 or 3 years after Boba did, and you can see, especially with the T-visor, how much they've changed. But I do put the Mandalorian helmet above the Boba Fett helmet just because of that newer design. Of course, he's a very recognizable character, and he looks really good. If you got the Baby Yoda Lego set, he would also look really good right next to him as well. Man, all right, now we're getting to the top 3 Lego Star Wars helmets, and all 3 of these are great. You know what they are at this point, but deciding which one is better than the other, this is gonna be tough, guys. All right, the third is Darth Vader. I really do love Darth Vader. I guess the one con that fans have pointed out is that his mouthpiece, his vent piece here is very small. It's supposed to take up the whole triangle, but on the Lego set it doesn't. The designer said, well, it looks strange. I agree, it would have looked strange if they made the whole thing vents. But regardless, it's so well designed. I love Darth Vader as a character. He's so recognizable, still holds up so very well today. He could have gone all the way to the top, honestly, or at least second, but that's tough. I love this Vader helmet, though. I really do. He's one of the coolest. Again, this will be controversial. I think people put Commander Cody at the top, but I am going to be putting him at second place. By far one of the best Lego Star Wars helmets, not just because I'm a Clone Wars fan. Then again, this is my list. Of course, I'm going to put Clone Troopers at the top. But it's just really well designed. It uses some incredible techniques here on the bottom portion of the helmet. It really is one of the best designs, and it looks super accurate to the Clone Wars animated TV show. Love Commander Cody. Gives me heavy nostalgia because I started with the Star Wars The Clone Wars movie. That's how I got into Lego Star Wars originally. That really spurred my YouTube channel. So there's a lot of nostalgia and history with the Clone Troopers, especially Cody, as well as, of course, the #1 pick, Captain Rex. I'm putting him at the very top. So there you guys go. My entire Lego Star Wars helmet collection ranked from worst to best. Now, again, I think these 3 can just be oriented in a different way. You could put Vader at the top. You could put Cody down maybe 1, or maybe switch Rex and Cody as, Cody being #1. It's a tough choice in my opinion. I love these 3. If there's top 3 helmets, it's gonna be these. I love all 3 of them. Darth Vader, Commander Cody, Captain Rex. Either way you go, these are my favorites. They just look good. I think they hold up very well. I think there's a nice balance of studs and tile work. They all use incredible techniques. So what do you guys think? Is this a controversial worst to best Lego Star Wars helmet list? Let me know down in the comments below. I am one who grew up with Star Wars The Clone Wars, so that is why I put them at the top. I'm sure some people would put them more in the middle or even at the bottom if you're an OG fan. That's totally fine. Everybody's going to have a different opinion. Now, in terms of the entire Lego Star Wars helmet collection as a whole, I like all of these helmets. Really, it is so cool having them all lined up like this. They look incredible next to each other. And it's really cool to see what 4 years of collecting looks like now all together. It's possible that we might get 1 or 2 Lego Star Wars helmets in the future, but I think what we're seeing here is the complete wave. And so it'll be very interesting to see 5, 10, 20 years from now how Lego Star Wars fans look at this collection. I'll definitely be interested to see how these age over the years. TIE Fighter helmet here is kind of showing that there is demand and interest in these helmets. I think when they originally were launched, I myself was questioning why they even exist. They seem like a strange outlier from the normal Lego Star Wars sets we get. But now that we're coming to an end, or at least I think we're coming to an end of the Lego Star Wars helmets, I think they serve a purpose. They look good. They all have a unique Lego style to them. And, I think they're great collectible items. Well, let me know what you guys think down in the description below, what your top helmets were. Do you regret getting Lego Star Wars helmets? Do you think this whole wave should have not existed? Should have been just a bunch of play sets? Should have been something else? let me know down in the comments below. I'll be very interested to see what you guys have to say. Thanks, everybody. Hope you guys have a great, wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later.